They didn't have eyes. You know, I can't eat anything with eyes, like lobster.
I can't eat anything that moves.
Like what, Rose? Horses?
Like oysters.
Oysters don't move.
Coco, they could dance. Who cares? Tell us.
Oysters move.
Barry's the one who won the tickets.
Yeah, well, my mom's the one who's bailing us out.
I lost Butter Queen. Haven't I suffered enough?
We'll draw straws.
No.
We'll flip a coin.
No.
Sophia, we had this all settled. Now try and be understanding.
Understanding, I came down here to bail you out and you're still not letting me go?
Ma, will you stop complaining?
I always am. Still, she must be worried by now.
Rose, my daughter's dead. She passed away some time ago. I go to the cemetery on Mother's Day. It was always such a special day for the two of us. I like to pretend it's still.
Ma, I'll go tell the nurse you're here.
That's a lovely chair.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'd give anything for an electric wheelchair. I just...
And unless we use them as placemats, your sister will never know.
Finally, someone she can talk to.
I just hope it doesn't make a fuss when my sister's here.
I thought you hate this sister who's coming.
I do.
Normally, I wouldn't be this concerned, but her resistance is very low. That, coupled with her age, makes these next few hours extremely critical.
Are you saying that my mother could die?
We're doing everything possible. All we can do right now is wait and see how she responds to treatment.
Can I see her?
Not until she's out of intensive care. The best thing you can do now is go home and get some rest.
God and Jesus. They were busy. I think I'll go back.
Ma, don't go.
No, Dorothy. It's a wonderful place. I'm very excited about it.
Ma, I want you here.
Sophia, are there lots of men in heaven?
Oh, Blanche.
I'd like to know.
Dorothy, get me my rosary.
3, 4.
Teasing.
Well, you can just have them back. I've only cheated once in my life, and I vowed I'd never do it again.
Couldn't handle the guilt, huh?
No, I got caught. Oh, it was the worst experience of my whole life. St. Olaf was rocked by the scandal.
What'd you do? Shortchange somebody down?
We know how confused you must feel, but no matter how unfocused your emotions are, you must try to express them. So just go ahead and cry if you want to, or scream, or throw things if you have to, but let those feelings out, honey. Let them fill this room.
Pound of you. Just exactly how many pounds is it I'm currently loving?
Mama.
Never mind.
Hi, Sophia. How was your meeting? Terrible.
No, don't worry about it, Mother. I'm leaving in the morning and I'm taking my baby with me.
A little more to the left. A little more to the left.
Didn't want me to go out with him tonight because you knew he'd bring it up.
I can explain. Just don't lock me away in another ill-equipped nursing home.
I promise nothing.
It's true, I did send him away that night because he was dressed like a hood. And then he started to mouth off to me. So I told him to leave and not to come back until he was wearing a decent jacket and a tie.
Yeah, but why did...
Calm down. I just ran into Harry Weston. They're all leaving town, and they needed someone to watch Dreyfus. I volunteered.
Yeah, well, unvolunteer.
Why, you think I can't do it? You think I'm irresponsible?
Yes, Ma.
You think I'm forgetful?
Yes, Ma.
You think I'm irresponsible?
You already said that.
That's emphasis. You never heard the I have a dream speech?
Look, it's right under an ad that reads, history professor seeking non-smoking Oriental woman who was into Wesson oil and bears a resemblance to Florence Henderson.
Is that signed Doug?
Yes.
I know him. He's a sick man.
I'm terribly...
See ya. Bye. Dorothy, are you all right?
Oh, she's a trooper. She'll be fine, won't you, Dorothy?
Not until I taste his blood.
Now, you don't mean that. Listen, I want you just to take a deep breath and think pleasant thoughts. Come on now. 1, 2, 3.
Those are very nice cantaloupes.
Well, thank you.
The store calls it chicken chow.
Maledizione.
Oh, Ma, what's wrong now?
Living with Angela the last 3 weeks has been a nightmare. I don't think she's ever gonna leave.
What has she done now?
She used...
So you're gonna take it?
Well, it's kind of small, and there's not enough light, and there's no room for a goat. Come on in the kitchen. I made dinner. Should be ready.
I was gonna cook dinner.
Well, I thought for a change, everybody'd like to have a meal with a little flavor.
I'm supposed to get along with that?
Was paying attention.
Oh, we sure were. Especially Dorothy. She even talked about taking up sculpting.
Really, Doc?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said you'd like to help him mold his clay or buff his marble anytime.
Rose, you're such a kidder.
Prize for miracles.
Why do I even ask you?
I'm your mother. I'm gonna tell you whether you ask me or not. By the way, the sleeves are too long.
No, I'll ask Rose to shorten them.
If you can find her. Ever since that guy hit town, she spends most of her time out polishing his shillelagh.
Ma, Rose and Bud...
Giving these last 2 weeks.
What?
He's been saying me and Blanche and Phyllis behind our backs.
You're a dirtbag. He's been seeing me, too.
What? Yes, yes.
Oh, that man is sly.
Scum.
So Flugenochen.
What?
So Flugenochen.
Handsome Bill. Well, you haven't aged a bit. I've missed you.
Really, Susan? How about our baby? The one my parents raised? Do you ever miss him?
You know, it isn't really good to dwell on the past.
You could. Believe her, Blanche, she couldn't.
I know just how you feel. I couldn't even think of another man for years after my husband died.
And that's exactly why you have bad muscle tone. Let me know if you change your mind.
I haven't eaten.
You certainly know the way to a man's heart.
I'll just take these in.
Oh, I'll help you.
Who wants birthday cake?
Oh, what's in it?
Oh, it's a secret. And in some countries, a vaccine.
Listen, I'll give you 20,000.
And then at other times, she can be a real bitch.
Blanche, there's something you should know.
Butt out, Clayton. This doesn't concern you.
Well, it most certainly does concern him.
Why? Because he was seduced by a bubblehead who's ham?
Bill said, I want a cappuccino. Well, the only place I know to get a really good cappuccino is Hialeah.
Sophia, this is the final warning. I don't want anything like this happening again.
Mr. Porter, you hired me to do a job, and I'm going to do it my way.
Okay, that's it. Charade's over.
What's he talking about?
Sophia, you're not the activities director.
They'll always be there for me. And I'd like to enroll all of you in that fellowship.
No.
But you've got to.
Why?
Because if I don't meet my quota for enrolling new people in this loving, accepting, caring fellowship, they're going to kick me as pretty as you did 30 years ago.
But I don't.
No, you don't.
You look prettier.
No, I mean it. I mean it. The face and the figure and that smile. Oh, it's all gotten better. Unless it's just my...
For once in her life, Dorothy Zbornak is the master of her own destiny. I am woman. Hear me roar.
Mother. Well, she's gonna find out eventually. Don't you think it's better coming from you?
No, I guess so.
Well, that's settled. Now let's get a move on.
Where are you going?
To get the toilet paper for the Weston's house. But remember, we have to be really quiet. A Dreyfus will bark at anything. He could eat corn on the cob. Of course, he didn't actually get a lot of it into his mouth. So they'd cream what fell on his pants and he'd eat it later.
Why don't you two run along the store? I'll just stay here with Emily.
Come on, let's go to that all-night market over...
Feet on the ground.
I gotta hand it to you, Blanche. You handled it better than I thought you would.
Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I'm not thrilled, but as long as they're in love and happy and I don't have to call her Mommy, I can live with it.
Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly.
All right, Dreyfus is gone.
He ran away?
No, we had a falling out and agreed to a trial separation. Of course he ran away.
Well, when?
I'm not sure. I have it pinpointed sometime between 10:15 today and late last Thursday.
You hot. I loathed Mama Devereaux, and the feeling was entirely mutual. Till the day George died, she always introduced me as his first wife. I just hope the old witch went slowly.
I sense the period of mourning is over.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, what if he doesn't come back? What if I've lost him? What if I turn into a lonely old spinster and never find love again?
Oh, look, Garfield caught a fish. Oh, boy, there's just nothing like starting out the...
I told you I would pick up the cake.
Oh, I know, but back where I come from, most people won't eat store-bought.
Rose, where you come from, most people live in windmills and make love to polka music.
Stop it, Dorothy. You're making me homesick.
They laugh, they sing, they slam down a few Boilermakers. Shortly afterwards, he's arrested for showing her how he can hold his palate without using his hands. But I digress.
Well, then, what are you talking about, Miles?
Rose, my real name is Nicholas Carbone. I was an accountant in Chicago. And my biggest client was the dead man we saw on the TV news bulletin this evening.
The cheese man?
That's right. But Rose, you have to believe me, by the time I found out about it, I was too deeply involved.
I just wonder what she wants, the conniving little witch. You're welcome, Maurice.
Let's make a toast.
With water?
Well, I can't drink.
You never could. One Jack Daniels and you'd disappear with half a fraternity house.
It's when you came in and rewrote that second scene in the kitchen where we're talking about looking in the mirror.
That was the first season.
Right.
That was the first season.
Oh, was that the first
It was before I got there.
So it was the second show of the first season? Is that what it was?
Yes,
Well,
I believe it was.
We did that sketch when we went to England. We did that same sketch when, you know, always on your...
Andy, he's my cameraman. Andy, these are my friends. Where do you think we should set up?
I'm not sure, Mrs. Nyland. To tell you the truth, this is my audition, too. How about over there?
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
The blind, videotaping the blind. Here goes.
And...
Now, Sophia, remember, found money is supposed to be spent on something frivolous, something you would never buy for yourself.
What are you gonna get, underwear?
I've decided what to do about Stan. I mean, How can I just forget all the time that we had together? And then how can I forget the pain and the hatred that I felt when he left me? I can never trust him again. And if you can't trust your husband, then what kind of a relationship?
Okay, the diamond's not very big. Okay, it's not a real diamond. It's the thought that counts. Okay, I didn't put much thought into it. It was cheap. I'm cheap. What can I tell you?
Stanley, honey, why don't you let me help you pick out something else for Catherine?
I'll help too.
Not that particular. He just got out of prison.
It was absolutely dreadful. I spent the rest of the evening going in and out of consciousness while a guy with a silver tooth and a scorpion tattoo on his arm tried to grope me through the Vicks Vapor Rub.
I was in the hallway and I wanted to see why my bambina was up so late.
Don't call me your bambina.
Dominic, you waited the bambino. Stop saying that.
Don't raise your voice at your mom. You know, you're not too old for me to take you across my knee.
You lay a finger on me, your teeth will be back in Sicily before you are.
That's my girl.
Why, oh, why can't grief take a holiday?
Oh, it does, Rose, it does. Eventually it comes to Miami like everyone else.
Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
Barry Glick is in town. Oh, I haven't seen him since high school.
He is happy with Harry in the same way as I was with him.
He knows, Blanche, he knows. Your thoughts and feelings go right to him. You can communicate directly from your heart. Can't you, Dorothy?
Oh, don't ask me. I can't get through to New Jersey with MCI.
No.
Did I say there was going to be a question and answer period after I spoke?
To.
You mean she has the energy, just not the desire?
Exactly. You know, her mother lived to be 94 and was active right up until the very end. I remember when Grandma was in a wheelchair, she was on the go from morning till night. But she always had time to talk to her grandchildren. Gee, if I close my eyes, I can... Better idea.
Hi.
Hi. Well, I guess your friend couldn't work.
Captain of the football team. Oh, he was beautiful. Black wavy hair, strong Roman nose, and he could read.
Oh, him.
He was always putting me down, made me feel like I had no self-worth.
Dorothy, will you stop it? This has nothing to do with me.
I feel like I've known him all my life. I talked to him about Charlie. I talked to him about St. Olaf. I talked to him about my family. I talked to him about my animal friends. I talked to him about life on the farm.
If that man didn't get a medal in the war, he sure as hell deserves one now.
Wait a minute. Did she just...
Sounds insane. But I thought that a little physical activity would help me snap this setback. I was wrong. You were right. I should just rest. Could you help me get back into bed?
Stanley, how could you fake a relapse? I mean, do I deserve this? Stan, I took care of you because I thought you needed me. I defended you to my...
Last week I left him a stool sample. If I can talk to him about that, you can tell him your own.
Leonard, help me out here. Where on that diet
I can't remember when I had so much fun. We went dancing at the Beachcomber. We're going to go back again tomorrow night.
Jeffrey doesn't dance. He says it makes his ankles swell.
Honey, I think it's terrific that you had a good time tonight.
I have you two to thank for it. Good night.
Night.
Night. Worry. How much harm can it do? The place already burned down.
Rose, you dummy. She means her cigarette started the fire.
Max, Ma, I have never felt so bad in my entire life. I don't know what to say.
Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly. They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no. I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche.
Oh, come on, Ma. We're leaving.
Wait, I gotta see at least one man bat. What a hit!
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Ma, you all right?
Fine, fine. Only next time, Salvador, either we start lower on the bed or remove the headboard.
That tree's always going to be a reminder to me.
Reminder?
Mm-hmm. Reminder to do a little something nice whenever I can for somebody else. I want my life to have meaning while I'm still living.
What are you all looking at?
That beautiful old oak tree, Ma.
Mrs. Claxton's spirit's part of that tree now, Sophia.
That's really lovely. Helped to see his wife. I just loved her, and Father knows best.
Sophia, you're a little confused, honey. That was Jane Wyatt. The president was married to Jane Wyman.
That old crow from Falcon Crest?
Well, it doesn't matter. They're not married anymore. Now he's married to Nancy Davis. From all of...
How long had you been seeing him?
About a month. But that's not why I'm here. I have bad news.
Well, you couldn't be pregnant.
Last night, Al had a heart attack. Brought the news to St. Olaf that the British had no intention of coming. Our old Brisker, the horse who, because of a printing error on the ballot slips, was elected water commissioner for 6 months.
Hi.
Hi. Did you have fun at the track?
You went to the track?
Oh,
Blanche. Maybe I ought to just leave you alone for a while.
Clayton Hollingsworth, you look me in the face and tell me you really are what you just said you are.
I think you heard me the first time, Blanche.
I can't believe he left someone like you.
he left someone else like me?
No, I mean you. That he left you.
Oh. Okay.
I should be more clear.
That'd be great.
I'm going to sleep. I don't know how long I've got, but I deserve better company in my final years.
Good night, Ma. No, you know, Rose, I think Blanche has the right idea, marrying someone about Aunt Jean and Charles Boyer.
Oh, well, you know your Aunt Jean. She was always 2 steps away from the gutter. Anyway, one summer she decided to...
For all of us to be here.
You're right. Bye, Dorothy.
Don't go. I want you all to hear this. I lied about the money. I didn't squander it on bad investments. I couldn't have. He didn't leave me any to begin with.
Mother, what are you telling me?
You should go and stick to your guns.
Right. I've made my decision. I'm going to stand by it. No matter what happens, I'm not going to turn back. I forgot my raincoat. Oh, silly.
Now what'd you forget?
I forgot a kiss.
She cursed me.
I don't know. Maybe because you gave her the cold that eventually killed her. The point is, on her deathbed, she laid a curse on you. Beware the leap year's full moon.
That's it? That's the curse?
What'd you expect, poetry? The woman was on her deathbed. Give her a break. In the hospital, naked under a sheet with strange men, inspecting my body with cold metal instruments.
Which reminds me, has that Tyler returned my call?
Come on, Blanche. We need to rehearse some more. Will you help us, Dorothy?
Oh, all right.
Maybe we can find an old rug to sharpen our claws on.
Yeah, how about the one on Stanley's head?
Pleased to meet you, Mom.
Thank you.
And this is my mother, Sophia Petrillo.
So, you're Stan's cousin.
Please don't hold this against me.
She's okay.
Please, sit down, sit down. Tell me, where's Stan? Is he parking the car?
I take taxi. Stanley and I have disagreement.
Oh, what about?
He saw himself...
For one day when I was with Charlie, he had a theory. Even a trip to the bank can be exciting if you wear a ski mask.
He would say that often?
Almost as often as he'd say, "Don't shoot, it's me."
You what? It cost me my entire life savings, but I don't care. I'm gonna sail around the world, and it's all because of you. And I want you to come along with me.
Well, then the hell with you and your oversexed boyfriend, Dorothy Zbornak. I'm just glad that little Mei Ling's coming out party was ruined.
Who?
And I'm glad that Elliot is bonging every woman at your country club. About me!
I don't see Blanche.
Oh, she said she'd be over right after her hair up.
I will continue to see Glenn for as long as I please.
Is he gonna leave his wife?
Ma, for the first time in a long time, I am really happy. So please leave me alone.
If you're so happy, how come I hear you pacing in your room night after night?
I can't sleep. I have a lot on my... That's our Blanche.
I think I'll take a stroll past that new mini mall they're building.
Why?
Passing construction sites is good for your morale. The sound of guys in hard hats making that sucking noise through their teeth.
You were scared they were calling about me, weren't you, Blanche?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's a good one.
Well, if it weren't for your picture, I don't think I'd have made it through.
My picture?
You know, it sounds corny, but I put your picture in my locker, and I would look.
He also likes working, and most of all, he likes being in the company of pretty young girls.
Oh, wow. Since he puts it that way, how can we refuse? It's a deal.
Good. Here's a list of the pretty young girls he wants you to get for him. Boys.
My guess is a machine gun.
What?
I'm in the back looking for the John, okay? I see a bunch of guys lined up facing the wall. So I figured the toilet is broken, so I'm gonna wait in place behind one of these guys. Suddenly, someone's yelling to me, "Hey, get out of there, you don't belong here." I said, wait a minute, I peed against a better...
Your cousin Gunter will be happy to take baby, as well as the $100,000 that comes along with him.
I beg your pardon?
Uncle Hingelblatter was a very rich man, and he loved this pig dearly. That's why he left you $100,000 to make sure baby would be well taken care of.
Well, we'll look into this first thing Monday morning.
It can't wait.
You're right. We'll do something immediately. We'll fill out a form. Must be one in here somewhere. It's okay. Sexual discrimination, sexual education, sexual harassment. Okay.
Benjamin wasn't black. He was from New Jersey. I went to my senior prom with a Yankee.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? I'm putting clam sauce in my suitcase.
Ma, I think they serve a snack on the flight.
You kill me.
Ma, why are you taking all this food to Phil's?
Because the only time your brother's wife goes into the kitchen, it's to get off to Korea.
Well, I wanted to do my part for the war effort, so I took a job in a factory that made canteens. I figured that one of the canteens that I had riveted would somehow find its way to George, and his lips would drink from the galvanized spout I had so lovingly fashioned, thereby symbolically reuniting us.
Discard already. I'm 80. I'd like to live long enough to see the next hand.
Don't need to, Ma. Gin.
You're taking advantage. You know I'm whacked out on blood pressure medicine.
Honey, if the medicine bothers you, change the prescription.
I like being whacked out.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. My
My husband was a fan. Not of the cigars, the boxes. We used to keep all our fine cutlery in one.
Blanche was right. She said you were incorrigible.
I guess I deserve it. I always say she's a cheap slut.
Maybe we better be going.
Yes.
Wonderful man.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, that's really the reason I've come here.
Oh?
My friends in Atlanta read in the papers where you'd be selling off his things here in Miami. And before you did, there's something I'd like to ask you for.
The Bible?
No, thanks. I don't drink.
Blanche, he wanted you. He did not sound that sick on the phone. Besides, I told him I would be here to see him soon. And don't you get so righteous with me. There were plenty of times when you weren't there for him. What are you talking about? Always trying to make me out to be the inconsiderate one. I remember when you were 16 and didn't come home for Father's Day. No, there was something about him that turned me off. I think it was the way he cleaned his ears with his keys.
Hi.
You're home early. Did you enjoy yourself?
Not really. Miles' friends are all college professors.
Yeah. Figured after 38 years, you deserve something major. Listen, I know we've had our differences, but you've always stuck by me when it really counted. I'll always love you for that, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you, Stanley. Stanley, what are all these deductions for a core in your mouth?
I was just trying to loosen up a poppy seed caught in my teeth with my tongue.
Well, it's driving me crazy.
Dorothy! Come here, Ed. Sit down here. Listen. What Dorothy is trying to tell you. What's that cologne you're wearing?
Leon, what do you want, Stan?
Stan wants to talk to you about the wedding.
Are you Stan? Am I talking to you?
I'm Stan, Sophia, over here. Oh, sorry. I thought it was like one of those "am I sitting" questions. Anyway, Sophia, it occurred to me that I never actually asked your permission to...
I really can't stay for coffee.
Oh.
Ladies, I want to thank you for a wonderful evening.
Well, thank you for coming. We certainly enjoyed having you.
And we hope we'll see you again soon.
And I'll see you tomorrow at the office, Jonathan.
Rose, could we have dinner tomorrow after work? There's something important I want to talk to you about.
What's your point?
Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Well, Dorothy, you have no idea how my sister Virginia and I used to chase after this boy. Well, everybody did. He had it all. Football star, champion debater, class valedictorian.
How long did you and he...
He says he's in Miami on business and he wants to see you.
John Naretti called. I haven't heard from him in almost 40 years. Oh, I can't believe this.
Who's John Naretti?
Oh, he's a guy who humiliated me.
Could you narrow it down a bit, Dorothy?
Cashing the bonds. I get stuff. Con, St. Olaf, a small town, faces financial ruin. Well, that doesn't help clear anything up.
Oh, wait a minute, Blanche. There's another con. This is wrong. Now, come on, we're family. We always stick together. We may not always get along, but we've...
Excuse me, would you like to buy a flower?
Beat it, Frodo! And while you're at it, get a job, get a suit, and get on your knees and beg your mother's forgiveness.
You know, ever since the funeral, I've had this dream where it's all a mistake and George is really alive, and I just feel so happy. We see each other, we run to embrace, but just before we hug, always just before we hug, I wait.
Hey. Hi, this is Rose.
Rose, shut up and get in here.
I see you're with two double-crossing ex-friends of mine. I'll come back later. As a doornail. Dead, dead, dead.
Coffee? Rose? How can you be so cheery? It's a terrible thing.
Come on, she was 89 and she died in her sleep.
She fell asleep driving the bookmobile.
Oh, that. New Year's Eve.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I remember. You and Dorothy were in New York, and I had planned to spend the evening alone. Of course, that was before Blanche brought those two brothers home from the Rusty Anchor. How could you do this to me, Blanche? You knew I wanted to spend tonight alone.
Rose, nobody who says they want to be alone on New Year's Eve.
I'm gonna miss you.
By me, I'm in and out on my children's first names.
It's the 117th anniversary of the birth of Robert Frost.
I love him, always nipping at your nose.
That was Jack Frost. Robert Frost is the guy who interviewed Richard Nixon on TV. Be able to surprise you again.
We figured this is the only way to do it. Oh, you really did a great job. I don't know what to say.
Say, it's conga time.
Friends, we're here to listen. I mean, we've all spoken at one time or another about a sexual problem.
Not me.
But it's not your fault, and it's not Ernie's. I mean, we've all been with a man who couldn't perform.
Not me.
Long trip. I remember one time Daddy took the whole family cross-state on our tractor to visit great-grandfather Zigbarton. Great-grandpa Ziggy was a famous inventor. He developed the first, and to my knowledge, the only low-voltage meter that could detect what kind of a center a piece of candy had.
Of course, I lost my mama's jewels because of somebody else's energy.
I got no energy. I'm going to sleep.
Blanche, come on, don't be absurd. Look, we were robbed, and now it's over. It has nothing to do with energy. It has nothing to do with being single. It has to do with a lousy lock on a sliding door, and...
I ran into this man at the produce counter, and he asked me to play tennis with him tonight, but I forgot that Big Daddy's baby brother, my dearest and nearest relative, is flying in at 7. This is such a dilemma. Whatever am I going to do?
Blanche, it doesn't sound like a dilemma at all.
You know, Rose, you're right. Family you can see anytime, but a one-night stand...
So tell me, Sam, what's new?
So anyway, Lars froze solid right in the middle of the lake. And the town fathers mistook him for Max Brinker, the inventor of Herring Krispies. Which, by the way, go great with borscht.
I will give you anything.
Blanche, we have to tell Rose the truth.
I'll give you one of my sons. I have given this a lot of thought, Dorothy. I have had 4 kids. I have never had a Mercedes. What do you say? Which one do you want? Biff, Doug, Skippy? No, don't take Skippy. He's got asthma.
Make me blue.
Well, give me my money.
Look, I'm sorry we fought the way we did, but this work for senior health care is very important to me, and I was hoping it would be to you, too.
Well, it wasn't, but it is now.
It is.
How could I help it? After I looked through the paperwork, I realized...
From a funeral?
No, Rose. We were singing backup for Johnny Cash. Of course we were at a funeral.
Who died? My best friend, Edith Flannery.
I thought Mildred Feinberg was your best friend.
She was, but we've grown apart. I think her death had something to do with it.
You're going to come with us, but you have to be prepared. Now, I'm going to go by the school library and pick up some old yearbooks. We have to know all the basics, you know, like, senior class president, quarterback of the football team, class slut.
Blanche, how do you tell a slut from a yearbook?
How do you tell a slut from a yearbook?
And he died St. Olaf's loneliest man.
Is that the end of the story?
God, I hope so.
I don't get it.
Fred, let me put it this way. She is 16, she's scared, and she's carrying your grandchild.
We shared a room in the hospital. You had the heart scare. I was the gallbladder.
They gave you my sponge bath by mistake?
You ate my Jell-O. It was a horrible little room. We couldn't wait to get out of it.
Because we wanted to live.
Yes, I remember.
Remember better. Remember life.
I don't have much of one.
Rose, you're home early.
Yeah. I called Charlie's company today, and it turns out they have a legal right to cut off the pension. Well, I don't make enough at the counseling center to live without that pension, so I figured I'd better get a new job.
I'm helping her. Look, we're going through the classifieds and cutting out ads that might be of some interest to her.
Single white male.
Honey, listen, don't panic. As soon as the girls get home from work, we'll fan out through the neighborhood and we'll find Dreyfus.
No go, Blanche. I need to handle this myself.
Why?
Because if Dorothy finds out I lost Dreyfus, she'll never trust me with anything again. That's why I'm begging you, please. Promise me, on your mother's grave, you won't breathe a word.
You've been dating him and he dumped you, and now you're getting even by telling me.
No, that's
I've
not...
heard this before. I can't tell you how many times.
You have?
You think you're the first? Please. The first time Al slept with someone else was on our honeymoon.
No.
In Paris.
Armament and world peace. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Oh, this has to be some kind of joke.
No, it isn't. Look at this. This is an official document to Rose from the Premier of Russia.
But why would he want to meet the same woman who once said...
You don't have to worry about people misspelling your last name all the time.
Is your last name difficult to spell?
Yes, but I'm getting better at it.
This must be our patient.
No, Jerry. It's the old paralyzed lady on the couch.
Doctor, I just don't understand. She was fine this morning.
Ladies.
Take care of him for free.
Oh, shut up, Rose. Tell me, how long does Rose have to take care of this pig before she gets the money?
As long as he lives.
Oh, forget it.
Well, I split the money with you girls.
Forget it.
How long does a pig live?
About 25 years.
Forget it.
How old is this pig?
29.
So, what's new at home?
Oh, I did get a chance to go into your bedroom, Sophia, and there's just no way I'll be able to refund your cleaning deposit.
Totally understandable. I'll see you in court, my child.
Sophia!
Mother Superior, this is my daughter, Dorothy, and my ex-roommates.
Hello.
Bugs that make you hot? We got the big ones and the millions of them.
No, but I think it'd make a great story. Old people living under terrible conditions. Come on, we'll stop at the station and see if we can get a camera crew.
Such a nice young man.
Oh, he really is. But I'm worried about him. He's always been a little flighty.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Grandma Hollingsworth always said I was a little flighty. Or was it a little floozy?
Morning, everyone.
Oh, hi, Rose. You want some breakfast?
Oh, no, his pension.
He's dead. How much does he need?
You know what gets me mad about this whole thing? All those years Charlie put into that job just for the pension. He used to say, Rose, I hate selling horseshoes, but if I do it long enough, you'll be set for...
Oh, my God. Now it all makes sense. Why the hat check guy serenaded me with Moon River, why the chef gave me that extra large cut of beef, why the busboy did that thing with his tongue. Ma, how could you do this?
Okay. Hey, Irving. Sorry, our deal is off. My daughter doesn't...
Honey, you just follow the doctor's orders and everything will be fine.
Dorothy, I cannot possibly go without physical activity for an entire week. I have serious needs. After all, I'm at my sexual peak.
Blanche.
Well, I am, Dorothy. When a woman's at her sexual peak...
Blanche, boy, this is my child.
Mom, I'm not a child anymore. I wish you wouldn't treat me like one.
Oh, don't.
You know what I'm talking about. I didn't take the wrong bus. That dumbass driver went the wrong way, a different way, and you know it.
What the hell's the matter with you? Alvin! Alvin!
I better make sure we packed everything.
Well, thanks again. Goodbye, Francis. You be good now.
Now, don't you worry about a thing. You go ahead.
What a beautiful little thing.
Oh, yes. What is it, Rose, a boy or a girl?
Of course.
I mean, is it French?
Heavens.
Fight.
Now, wait a minute here. No, here, now, you cut. Now, you cut that out right now. You're going to get us all into trouble.
And I'm gonna tear you apart.
Listen, you punk. You want to fight with someone, you're going to have to fight with me.
Anybody want a cracker?
Never mind.
Good evening. Well, I guess you know why I'm here.
Sure. Nobody can leave after just one helping of Flugelkaka.
No, ma'am. Don't even kid about that.
You build it much since it burned down and gone with the wind? Oh, Big Daddy, I'm glad you're here.
Well, I see you all getting acquainted. How are you, darling?
Oh, Big Daddy, we need to talk.
Rose, honey, let's show Margaret how you make the hose dance around when you turn it on full blast.
Who's catering the affair?
Well, he might be able to take me, but my date for the evening is Hunter McCoy.
But what about Jake?
What about him?
Well, Jake has to take you to the benefit. I mean, you'll be there, he'll be there, he'll expect you to be there with him. How could you do this?
Well, Rose, you make it sound so terrible. It's not. Jake.
Today.
Plumber.
Could I see some identification?
So, you two are the proud parents of the new Dolan Standard Lowboy, huh?
Oh, yes, we're sending out engraved announcements.
Hey. Move it along, would you, Itzhak? We're trying to have a conversation here.
May I get you something from the bar?
Yes, bring me a bottle of scotch.
Right, we still have to get through.
Hey, a man wants to take you out on a date.
Why is that hypothetical?
Check your calendar, pussycat. Now, would you rather this man had looks, personality, or money?
Personality. Looks? Money? Rose, are any of your relatives named Psycho and Psycho too?
Anyway, Big Sven picked out a bride for Little Sven, and now he's flying him over.
Oh, I don't know. It did seem so unfair to me, an arranged marriage.
Oh, I don't know, Dorothy. I think it can be fun. George and I had that
On this one. What happened to me at bingo tonight was no accident.
No, I didn't realize how late it was. I really should be going. Thank you all. I had a wonderful time.
It was nice meeting you.
And I'll see you on Saturday at the youth fair.
I was hoping we could have dinner before that. I have something I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, sure. Job, he gambles all the time. What kind of future does he have?
Future, please. He's 85. The man's got so little time, he only uses the 10 items or less line at the supermarket. Look who came to say hello, Rocco.
Hello, Dorothy. Always a pleasure.
So, you're an English teacher.
Possible. I feel like a
A backstabbing slut?
No.
Then please go for me. I'll feel better knowing this thing is finally.
Plumber.
Could I see some identification?
So, you two are the proud parents of the new Dolan Standard Lowboy, huh?
Oh, yes, we're sending out engraved.
Tell you about how the St. Olafians were one of the original lost tribes of Israel? Taxi! I know you were going to say that.
Look, Rose, sit down. Now, you are not going to leave. Rose, we need you here.
Dallas. When I went to trade it in, they only offered me half the Blue Book price. I need the whole amount to put down on my new car, so that's why I tried to sell it to you. But I can't go through with it. I cannot sell you that car.
You can't sell it to anyone. Somebody stole it. What? Somebody stole it?
Very nice, Rose.
Honey, can you help me with this necklace? Oh, sure. Oh, I'm so nervous. Have you ever given a eulogy?
You mean at a funeral?
No, Rose, at a pie-eating contest. I just don't know what I'm going to say.
Well, actually, I was asked to say a few words at Lenny Linder.
Butts. Anyway, we had a terrible fight about her quitting school. She told me to stay out of her life, and she ran off to Paris to become a model. She swore she would never speak to me again, and she hasn't either till today.
Well, that sounds like it's all in the past now.
Oh, I hope so. I have.
And I remember I said, well, couldn't this wait just a minute? I'm reading to the blind.
That's enough, Rose.
Oh, but it's so golden.
Let it go. Come on, let it go. Let it go, you loser. Thank you, Rose.
My husband passed away a few years ago.
Oh, I see.
What did you want George for?
I'm selling encyclopedias, and his name was at the top of my list of leads. I hope I haven't bothered you, and I'm truly sorry about your husband.
Oh, now that is really odd. I mean, if he's
Well, I didn't mean anything by that, honey. Actually, I tend to fall between sizes myself. Usually I'm smack dab between a 4
and a 16.
Hi, girls.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, Dorothy, is that your dress for the museum fundraiser?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see it.
Yeah, we know. You're not wearing a bra.
No. I'm gonna say. Would you please? Thank you. For all my special
water.
What is she gonna do with water? Has water ever made you feel better when you were upset? Have you ever heard anyone say, "Thank God the water's here"? Call me when dinner is ready.
Somehow he manages to suppress the urge to throw me on the floor and ravish me.
Please, if he throws you on the floor, you'll both end up at the apartment below.
Drink up, Blanche.
That must be him now. I just have to grip my jacket. We're driving into the museum together.
It's about a patient, Sophia Petrillo. She's in intensive care.
Cafeteria's closed.
Get a doctor in here.
Someone will be with you in just a moment.
You really care about Ma, don't you, son?
Hey, someone put you down for 40 years. I guess you have...
Were there?
No, I happen to know he didn't.
How?
Bridget isn't his type.
Of course she isn't. She's too good for him.
How about a nice glass of lemonade?
Not now. What do you mean she is too good for him?
Well, he doesn't even have a job.
Well, neither does Henry Kissinger, really, but he's still very highly regarded.
My address is on my card, and I have a meeting with a client in a half hour, so I better get rolling. See you at 8.
Oh, by the way, Ma.
Okay, thank you. Oh, great news. There's an organization called Pets for People. They match up pets with old people. Well, I took Bingo over there.
His brother just came into town, and unless I can find a date for him so we can double, why, the whole evening's gonna be called off. So what do you say? Would you please be a friend and go out with him?
Sure, I'm game.
Next time, Sophie. Dorothy, what do you say?
Oh, honey, I'd really love to go, but as you can see, I'm busy.
Busy? You're playing
Ma's right.
Well, it wasn't there a minute ago. I swear it. How can it be gone 1 minute and back the next?
I think I know. Ma, why are you carrying that phone book?
You need a purse to go to Juilliard?
You understood more when he spoke Spanish, didn't you, Rose?
Well, frankly, I don't understand much either. Peppy, why didn't you tell us all this when Sophia first brought you home?
I was afraid you'd back out of the deal.
I didn't. Oh, Thor, I have a confession to make.
No, Rose. I have a confession to make. Please. It has taken me 9 years, ever since I heard Charlie passed away, to get up the nerve to say this. 9 years to build up.
Overreacting. Now, for the past 2 days, all you've done is take everything we own and put it up on high shelves.
Well, I'm off. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck, Sophia.
Ma, are you sure about this?
I'm not even sure I have these pants on right.
Okay, boys and girls, it's time to learn about our special word. Kolak, tell us what today's special word is.
Splatnik.
The word for today is hot. Hot has a lot of meaning.
Sleeping arrangements? What in hell am I going to do about the sleeping arrangements?
Well, honey, why can't you sleep on the couch and give Clayton and Doug your room?
Are you crazy? What will the neighbors think if they see 2 men in my bedroom? They'll think it's Tuesday.
Dorothy, yeah, I miss you. I think we have to talk. Yes, Mr. Yamamoto. Yes. Fine, I'll see you there.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going back to work.
Yeah, he was thrilled, too.
Would want me to keep them. Don't try that with me, Rose Nyland. I'll match you dead husband for dead husband.
You are not going to believe this. I told Stan I didn't want to go. He sent me a kimono. Do you know what I would look like in a kimono?
She's just a little edgy because we've been taking care of you for 2 months. You've been eating us out of house and home and making life generally unbearable.
It's not a very charitable view to take. What are you making for lunch?
Now listen here, mister. We've been more than charitable. In the village my ancestors came from, if a man was bad company...
Next thing I knew, we were in Atlantic City. Dorothy, I swear to you, it was just that one time. Forgive me.
Forgive you. I'm sitting at home with 2 screaming kids praying that you'll sell enough chain link to put food on the table, and you're off planting your flag on Mount Olympus.
Dorothy, make it sound so cheap.
I think there's a connection between your brain and wallpaper paste.
I don't know why people even have dogs at all. I don't like anything in my house that doesn't know how to use the toilet. See ya. Oh, no, Sophia, no.
To lie. You're only 1/8 Yankee.
That's right. I'm 7/8 Southern. That's more than enough.
And if they don't let you in, instead of saying fiddle-dee-doo, well, you can always switch to deedle-diddle-deedle-dum.
Hi, pussycat.
Say goodbye, old woman.
Have a good time?
Do I sound like I had a good time?
How the hell should I know? You're always like this.
Your matchmaker set me up with a criminal.
White collar.
Ma, will you stop?
Softly.
Morning, everyone.
Open that.
Rose Nyland?
Yes?
Wow.
I'm Olga Nordstrom from...
Hi, Rose. Blanche around?
She's just showing the girls some makeup tricks before we go to the movies. Anything I can do?
No, thanks. I just need to talk to somebody.
Oh, I get it. You have a problem and you don't think that I'm sufficient.
Hell, I'm out of the pizza business. Is there anything else to eat?
Stanley, why do you always end up here when you have a problem?
You're my best friend.
But we don't like you.
I know, but you're still my best friend.
Well, you can't depend on coming around here forever. Blanche is thinking about selling the house.
Selling our house?
Much more attractive than most of the women I come in contact with.
Aren't most of the women you come in contact with dead?
What I was talking about is us. Would you consider going out with me?
What about Blanche?
We're ever in love. It just seemed as though we should be. And I learned something from that. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It's how you feel about each other. Am I making any sense?
Making a lot of sense. I was married.
Good, then hear this. May you lose the 3 hairs left on your head.
Oh, yeah? Well, may you lose your tweezers so your eyebrows meet to cover the wart in the middle of your forehead.
That's not a wart, that's a beauty mark.
On Sophia Loren, it's a beauty mark. On you and Khrushchev, it's a wart.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's awful, but I have this incredible sweet tooth.
What is it?
Cheesecake.
What kind?
Chocolate.
Oh, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I guess some things never change.
They sure don't. We've all...
Gosh, it's only 1 week till spring break, and I have so much to do. I have to get new T-shirts for the wet T-shirt contest.
You know, I'm actually looking forward to spring break this year.
College kids, America's best and brightest are coming to town. It'll be nice to get mooned again. Everybody's smiling here. I haven't seen so many goofy smiles since the great denture swap at Shady Pines.
Welcome to Create Your Own Miracles. My name is...
And now, I'd like to do a happy cricket. Note the difference.
This is all because you're going through the change?
God, I hate that expression.
What is the big deal, Blanche? It's nothing. Look at it this way. You don't get cramps once a month. You don't go on eating binges once a month. You don't get crazy once a month.
You just grow a beard.
After we were married, I told George that the only thing that could have made that evening more romantic was if we'd had candles and wine and a big blanket. So on our 10th anniversary, George fired up the old Packard and we drove along the same...
पहिली पत्रिका देऊनी मान दिला गोकुल देवाला पहिली पत्रिका देऊनी मान दिला गोकुल देवाला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला 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 सुखरूपराले की सासर घराला सुखरूपराले की सासर घराला सुखरूपराले की सासर घराला लक्ष्मण वर्म्यानी बोलवण केला केला ये सिंधीपडा गावाला केला ये सिंधीपडा गावाला केला ये सिंधीपडा गावाला सोनेरी हलद लागली दीपाताईचे गो अंगाला सोनेरी हलद लागली दीपाताईचे गो अंगाला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला
बीती सावरीला शेणा
हलगीत धमाल करतात आईच्या हलगीत धमाल करतात आईच्या हलगीत धमाल करतात रामदास मामा शारदा मामी लाडक्या भाचीला काकण बांधतात लाडक्या भाचीला काकण बांधतात लाडक्या भाचीला काकण बांधतात नदीचं पाणी भरलंय गोदी पाताईचे अंगोलीला नदीचं पाणी भरलंय गोदी पाताईचे अंगोलीला सारा गाव लोक जमलंय गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलंय गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलंय गो दीपाली ताईच्या हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलंय गो दीपाली ताईच्या हलदीला अनंत अरुण नामदेव सुनीता हलद लावती गोले किला हलद लावती गोले किला हलद लावती गोले किला कृष्णा कल्पना पुष्पक छाया मोठी आई सुवर्ण उभी दाराला मोठी आई सुवर्ण उभी दाराला मोठी आई सुवर्ण उभी दाराला नितीन काका हिरा मावशी आज आले गोलगनाला कल्पेश जावई शोभणार गोया कराले कुटुंबाला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईच्या हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईच्या हलदीला पहिली पत्रिका देऊन मान दिला गोकुल देवाला पहिली पत्रिका देऊन मान दिला गोकुल देवाला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईचे हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो दीपाली ताईच्या हलदीला सारा गाव लोक जमलाई गो